Right boys, in this video we're going to go through 5 things you should know before you go on a cut. Now, as I'm ending my cut, feel like I can share with you 5 things that have helped me get through it, as I feel like it's a lot harder than a bulk. Number 1, cravings. Now, you are going to get cravings, boys, like I do all the time. I will be honest, like looking back at my bulk and diet, like, you know, pizzas and cheesecakes and all this, you know, sort of stuff. And all this, well, I say good food, but you know, like food that you actually want to eat, right? A way that I dealt with these certain types of food cravings was just, it's a simple answer, and it's just drink lots of water. It's a boring answer, I know. I wish there was a magic pill that would make it go away, but for me, drinking lots and lots and lots of water and keeping really, really hydrated really helped with that. You know what I mean? And I've got quite a sweet tooth as well, so it's hard. But if you drink lots and lots of water, boys, and keep making sure you're hydrated, I promise you it won't be near as bad. Just think of it as a mental barrier. If you can go that day without cheating on your diet, or go that day without giving in, and then you can do the same the day after that, and before you know it, it gradually gets easier and easier. Because obviously when I first started cutting, I was like, oh, I'm so hungry. You know what I mean? Number 2, hunger. Now obviously, right now, when you might begin your cut, it won't be as bad. But right now I'm in a deep deficit, boys, of about 1,900 calories as today's a rest day. It's shit, I know. That's more than what the average Joe should have anyway. That's less than what the average Joe should have, sorry. And obviously I train hard, so it is very, very hard. So what I want to talk about is spacings, right? Space your meals throughout the day equally, alright? So in the morning, when I wake up, I'll have my porridge, right? And then about an hour or 2 hours later, I'll have my protein shake. And then a couple hours in that, I'll have my chicken and rice. Alright, I know it's tempting, you might be hungry, boys, but if you space your food out throughout the day, I promise you, it makes it slightly easier. Like I said, yes, you're still going to feel hungry, and at late at night, at like 10, 11, I am fucking starving, and as soon as I wake up, I cannot wait to have some of this protein porridge, right? Because I put my protein powder in it and give it a little mix, alright, but you just space them out. You could say evenly to a way, but I feel like if you spend your time spacing it out, boys, yeah, it'd be a lot easier for you. Number 3, be patient with the results, boys. Obviously, going on a cut doesn't mean you're going to see results from, like, you know what I mean, 1 week. Obviously, you might have dropped some weight, but you're not going to see more striations and whatnot, you know? You got to be very patient with it, and that's what I feel like is very hard for me personally, because I have like a lot of body fat on me, like, especially some of you boys that are going to go on a cut or whatever, preparing for that summer body. But you got to think in the long run, right? Right now, am I where I want to be? No. Am I approaching that goal? Am I approaching that lean physique? Yes. However, you got to think, you've got to overcome these shitty, I'm hungry, sort of mental shit going on in your brain, boys. Ignore it, alright? Because I've gave in a couple times and it's horrible and you feel like shit. You wake up the next day, you feel like shit. Obviously, I take it very seriously. You might not have to, but that, you know what I mean? That's something that I feel like could be used to some sort of degree. 4, low sauce options. So, funny enough, if you go on skinnyfood.com, I'll put a link in my bio. Obviously, I'm not sponsoring anything, alright? Before anyone goes nuts, alright? I wish. Anyway, so you can get like, so when I have my chicken rice, I use a Skinny Food mayo, and it's literally like low calorie mayo. So like, to the point where I can use like half the tub and it's got 10 calories in it, you know? I know it doesn't taste like as good as it normally would. Do you know what I mean? All the fats and basically all the flavours taken out of it. But it is easy, boys. Do you know what I mean? No matter what meal you have, you can use this. They've got like low calorie syrup and whatnot. Just put loads on, boys, and about loads of it, about 10 calories, if that. It's nothing, you know. You burn it off by walking out the door, you know. That will help. That will get all that flavour that you want. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's hard to explain until you sort of tried it. Like, it's not a miracle, no, but I still find it's very, very like useful, you know. Like, I'll put loads of pictures up when I'm talking of the of all the different types of sauces, and they're not too expensive, but like I said, it's just a better, healthier option, you know. It might not taste as great, but think about it, you know, normal mayo is full of calories, whereas a low calorie mayo, hint hint, literally has fuck all calories, you know. It's like the perfect option for a cut. You could use it on a bulk as well, you know, but they still taste good, but obviously not as good as, you know, what you would want, but you got to make that sacrifice. Number 5, pretty obvious, boys, take weekly progress pics. Yes, from the same angle and in the same place, in the same lighting. Like I said, it's hard for me to see a difference in my body from, you know, this week, from like, so right now I'm on week 20, and it's getting a bit hard now. Like I said, it's getting boring. I'm on so low calories, it's horrible. But if I look at photos from like week 18, for example, to week 20 now, like, you can still see a difference in the photos, you know, especially with having a coach pointing it out towards you. But if I look at week 1 to week 20 now, it's major. And to think I've been on a cut for that fucking long and I still don't look the way I do, which is really, really, really frustrating, because, like, yeah, it's horrible, you know. Like, luckily it's Christmas is right around the corner and I ain't going to indulge in food. Well, I was about to say shit food, but it's not really shit food. I'm eating cheesecake, all this sort of shit, you know, just to get it out of me, because it's Christmas, we've got to celebrate, and, you know, it's one day of the year that you should celebrate, you know. And I'm getting a bit sidetracked now, but yeah, take weekly progress pics on the same point and the same night in the same position, guys, and keep going and just keep pushing forward, alright? I promise you I'm a lot more confident in my body now than I was. Obviously, it's horrible because I feel small, but sometimes I feel big, but you've got to think of it as a bigger picture, lads. You know, in a couple of days, in a couple of months, you know, next summer, hopefully I'll be big and with a six-pack, you know, like my six-pack's now coming through, but obviously it needs lighting to see that. And that's only obviously just because it's just coming through. It's not actually like there, if that makes sense. But thank you for watching, boys. I hope these tips will sort of help you on your cut. It's going to be painful, boys, I'm not going to lie to you. It's a lot easier bulking, but grit your teeth and get through it, boys. Peace.